Good morning, I'm Christine Jean Casas, and now let's proceed to Lesson 3, Overview of New Technological Development. A. How technology changed the world. First, technology changed the education system. Traditionally, classrooms have been relatively isolated and collaboration has been limited to other students in the same classroom or building. Today, technology enables forms of communication and collaboration undreamt of in the past. Students can share what they are learning with students in other classrooms in other states who are tracking the same expedition. Students can collaborate on other group projects using technology-based tools such as wikis and Google Docs. The walls of the classroom are no longer a barrier as technology enables new way of learning, communicating, and working collaboratively. Technology has also begun to change the roles of teachers and learners. Schools and universities across the country are beginning to redesign learning spaces to enable this new model of education, foster more interaction and small group work, and use technology as an enabler. Technology is a powerful tool that can support and transform education in many ways, from making it easier for teachers to create instructional materials to enabling new ways for people to learn and work again. With the worldwide reach of the internet and the ubiquity of smart devices that can connect to it, a new age of anytime, anywhere education is dawning. It will be up to instructional designers and educational technologies to make the most of the opportunities provided by technology. To change education so that effective and efficient education is available to everyone anywhere. The second one, technology changed the methods of communicating. Most people can't imagine a world of communication without technology. The amount of time and energy put sending the simplest message before communication, technology is more than can be described in 140 characters or less. Things are a bit different now. The incorporation of technology into different types of communication has made it easier than ever to share information. Even though there are an overwhelming amount of gadgets, software, and tools associated with communication technology, it is not uncommon for the modern-day communicator to be an expert at them all. Technology has reinvented the way people communicate. Originally, simple devices have evolved into communication channels that creates connection worldwide. There are 4 types of communication technology that have contributed to ease of sending messages: telephone, radio, television, and internet. The third one, technology changed people's health. With advances in digital healthcare technologies like AI, 3D printing, VR or AR, nanotechnology, and robotics, medicine's future is taking shape before our very eyes. We must become familiar with the latest creations in order to manage the control of technology, not the other way around. Medicine's future lies in working in partnership with technology and clinicians to embrace the changes in the healthcare world, allowing us to stay relevant for years to come. Social media and mobile devices may lead to psychological and physical issues, such as eye strain and difficulty focusing on important tasks. They may also contribute to more serious health conditions, such as depression. The overuse of technology may have a more significant impact on developing children and teenagers. B. What are the new technological development? The first one, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is the assimilation of human intelligence processed by machines, especially computer systems. Specific applications of AI include expert systems, natural language processing, speech recognition, and machine vision. AI can be categorized as either weak or strong. Weak AI is also known as narrow AI, is an AI system that is designed and trained to complete a specific task. industrial robots, and virtual personal assistants, such as Apple's voice Siri used weak AI. Strong AI, also known as artificial general intelligence, describes programming that can replicate the cognitive abilities of human brain. When presented with a familiar task, a strong AI system can be fuzzy logic to apply knowledge from one domain to another to find a solution autonomously. In theory, a strong AI program should be able to pass both a Turing test and a Chinese room test. The advantage and disadvantage of artificial intelligence. The second one, 3D printing. 3D printing or additive manufacturing is a process of making three-dimensional solid objects from a digital life. The creation of the 3D printed objects is achieved using additive processes. In an additive process, an object is created by laying down successive layers of material until the object is created. Each of these layers can be seen as a thinly sliced cross-section of the object. 3D printing enables you to produce complex shapes using less material than the traditional manufacturing methods. 3D printing encompasses many forms of technology and materials, as 3D printing is being used in almost all industries you could think of. A few examples are consumer products like eyewear, footwear, design, and furniture, and also industrial products like manufacturing tools, prototypes, functional and used parts. And the Google Glass. Google Glass is a wearable voice and motion-controlled Android device that resembles a pair of eyeglasses and displays information directly in the user's field of vision. Google Glass offers an augmented reality experience by using visual, audio, and location-based inputs to provide relevant information. For example, upon entering an airport, users could automatically receive flight status information. When the first version was launched in 2013, consumers immediately voiced their concern on the glasses being an invasion of privacy. Google Glass represented inescapable recording in everyday life. At first, Google attempted to rebrand the glasses as a tool for professionals, such as surgeons or factory workers. However, concern remained and Google ceased all work on the Glass project in 2015. The Google Glass operating system is based on a version of Android. The OS can run application virtualization tools called Glassware that are optimized for device. Glassware allows the device to deliver an app to the user instead of a full desktop. The glasses have built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity and a camera for taking photographs and videos. And the last one, Oculus Rift. An Oculus Rift is a head-mounted display manufactured by Oculus VR. It is specially designed virtual reality display that makes use of a state-of-the-art display systems, optics, and refresh rates to provide a high level of visual fidelity and an immersive wide field of view. It has an advanced display technology combined with a low latency tracking systems to give a lifelike experience to the wearer. The Oculus Rift may look like a relatively simple device, but it's actually a pretty amazing piece of kit packing a wealth of cutting-edge tech. The hugely exciting virtual reality headset includes a whole bunch of amazing hardware designed to create a sense of complete immersion in a three-dimensional world. When you realize what's in there, it's hardly surprising that it's taken this long to come up with a virtual reality system which allows works, and there's still a lot room for improvement.
Okay, hello, I am Christine Joy M. Orbita, and I will be the last reporter for this group and for this module. Okay, so we are now down to our next topic, which talks about how much has technology changed over the time. Under it, we will discuss about the changing of technology through means of communications, bills of payment, and money transfers, and entertainment. Okay, so first we have the communications. So here it's already understandable that back to those old days, people will only communicate through letters with someone who is in afar. But now we already have cell phones or a computer. There are a lot of platforms and options to communicate with someone. We can call via telephone, use social medias ranging from Facebook, Twitter to Skype or to Viber. Okay, next we have bills payment and money transfers. Okay, so back then there were tradings, but now with the progression of technology, we can already pay or send and receive money with a simple tap from our fingertips. We can do it on our smartphones. There are heaps of companies such as PayPal and PayMaya, as you can see on the pictures attached. So they were created platforms wherein people can send and receive money from anybody from any part of the world with the usage of the internet. Next and lastly, the entertainment. Okay, so for entertainment purposes, I guess most of us nowadays have access to internet, and some of us are getting obsessed over social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram. But apart from that, there are also consoles such as the PS4 and Xbox to play your games. We can watch movies or series on our TV, but since smartphones continues to develop, we can already watch movies or videos on some popular platforms such as YouTube and Netflix. And also from tapes and CDs, we can now listen to music using music players and platforms such as Spotify, Deezer, and YouTube Music. And that would be all to this topic. Next, we will have to discuss about some of the new technologies that could change the world. We have number 1, agricultural drones, number 2, ultra-private smartphones, number 3, brain mapping, and number 4, the genome editing. Okay, let's start off with number 1. We have agricultural drones. So what is the use of agricultural drones? Drones allow farmers to constantly monitor crop and livestock conditions by air to quickly find problems that would not become apparent in ground level spot checks. And also, of course, it is with the help of technology. Next, we have the ultra-private smartphones. The concern over privacy grows as countless hackers make their way into other people's devices. So here we have the ultra-private smartphones in order to make it easier for everyday people to shield their personal information from hackers, intrusive marketers, thieves, and perhaps even government spies. One device, which is called the Black Phone, as you can see on the picture, was developed that will use encryption or the way of protecting metadata. Okay, next we have the brain mapping. The Human Brain Project, an international team of researchers, has created a three-dimensional atlas of the brain. Okay, so this brain mapping was developed in use to detect the effects of aging in the mind, either structurally or functionally. It is a tool in accurately identifying the problem areas of the brain. The pictures attached here were actually from their official website, the Human Brain Project official website. Lastly, we have the genome editing. Genome editing, also called gene editing, is an area of research seeking to modify genes of living organisms to improve our understanding of gene function and develop ways to use it to treat genetic or acquired diseases. It is a way of making specific changes to the DNA of a cell or organism. For research, it can be used to change the DNA cells of organisms to understand their biology and how they work. For treating diseases, genome editing has been used to modify human blood cells that are then put back into the body to treat conditions such as leukemia and AIDS. Okay, so that's all for Module 1, Lesson 1, 2, and 3. Thank you for listening.